Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. And now your host, Kyle Ruff.
Yes, and I was imagining like when they're all like getting ready to write the show, and somebody's like, "We need an energy vampire," and they pitch the character, and everyone is just like, "Fuck yes!"
Oh,
like
he's so soul-sucking.
like
Oh
so smart, such a funny thing. Like, yeah, I'm not like other vampires. I'm a daywalker. I'm an energy vampire. And didn't you like just so boring? And like I'm like, oh, it's such a good character.
And every time he leaves
like one
the
of my
room,
favorite
he
characters.
just reminds everyone. He's like, "Oh, by the way, I sucked all of your souls just now." And
Yeah.
he leaves, and
They're like,
"God
"Oh,
it."
damn
They're
it."
the only, yeah, they're like the only vampires that can like affect other vampires without like kill, like
Yeah.
you know, so fucking funny. And then there's the emotional vampire, that girl that I don't know if you saw that
Yeah,
episode.
she makes everybody pity her.
Yeah, and she's like, they're like, "How you doing?" She's like, "Good, but you know, it's just been a really hard week for me and my cat." And they're like, "Oh no!" And she
And
like
there's, like,
sucks the energy out of people by like making them pity her.
Oh,
Except for
Jesus.
the one energy vampire in the office, he's looking at her
Yeah.
like, "I know what you're doing." Like,
Yeah, and then they date, and then she was too much for him.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
So
she's like,
fucking
she's like, "I'm
funny.
gonna kill myself if you leave," and she's
He's
like,
like,
"No,
he's
you're
like, what?
not."
And, yeah.
She's like, "I know, but I'm gonna kill myself." He goes,
Ah,
Yeah.
I know you're doing that.
So fucking funny.
Yeah, it's genius shit.
It's-
It really is.
Speaking of genius shit, welcome to the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.
Yay!
Hey, that was an extended plug for What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show.
best show ever.
Because FX is one of our sponsors.
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
Brought to you by FX. Yeah, the movie What We Do in the Shadows. I haven't seen the show yet. We've been talking about it all morning. But the movie, if you haven't seen it, go out to
gonna watch it
wherever you can.
tonight.
Dude, it's so fun.
So excited.
I will watch it. I'll watch it in the Counter Film
Let's
Theater
do
with you.
it.
Dude, I'm totally down.
Please.
Never gets old. Arguably one of the funniest movies. ever
It's
made.
it's
I
literally
can't believe I
probably in
haven't
my
seen
top
it
five.
because that's like my humor.
Yeah.
Like I love that shit. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so fucking
That
funny to me.
guy, Taika Waititi, for those who don't know how to pronounce his name, we talked about earlier, is the best director in Hollywood right now, I think. He's
Amazing.
killing it. He did like, you ever seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
Have you ever seen Jojo Rabbit?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen any of those movies, but I know he's directable.
That's an outstanding
Dude,
movie.
Jojo Rabbit is really good. Hunt for the Wilder People is really good. He also did one of the Thor
Ragnarok.
movies. Yeah, Thor Ragnarok, which was really funny.
Which speaks a lot for him too, because he's a one-of-a-kind filmmaker who is like an original artist that does his own thing. And if
Yeah.
you look at like Thor Ragnarok, even though it has like all the same characters and actors that have been in the Marvel universe, it definitely stands out as completely
It's
different.
very
from the rest.
unique
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
that, especially like the
Very silly.
silliness.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, dude, I just want to say, it's not fair that someone as muscular and handsome as Chris Hemsworth, he's so funny too on top of it. He's so funny.
Lord.
What a dick.
Can't be talking about this too early, Kyle.
Lord of
Ooh,
Thunder.
Lord.
Lord, is it hot in here, or is it just Chris
Oh,
Hemsworth?
hey.
Hemsworth.
I saw a thing, there was
So
a
hot.
news reporter
So
in
funny.
New Zealand, or was it Australia? He's from
Australia.
Australia. And like she was like reporting on something like in a field talking about like wild horses, and he just like rolls in. He's just like acted like he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, "Oh hey," and the reporter turns around and is like, "Holy shit, it's Chris Hemsworth!" And he just starts like rambling on about the horses and how he like keeps guard over them and like all
what?
this stuff. Dude,
Oh
so
my
funny.
god.
In
He's
my
the
free
best.
time, I guard my horses with no shirt on.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, "Oh, funny seeing you here." He has like no shirt on. He's like
Yeah.
all sweaty from.
Whoops, he's like covered in oil.
Yeah. Oh. Like, what is it with the Hemsworth brothers' fucking genetics?
I don't know, but he got them
It's
all.
good.
All of them, right? No.
He got all the acting genetics and
Yeah.
the good-looking genetics and the moderately good-sized nose genetics.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think the oldest
Liam
one.
Hemsworth is hot.
Yeah. They're all
Chris
they're all
Hemsworth is
compared to
hot.
him, and literally anyone on Earth compared to him is not that good
Oh.
looking.
it's just silly.
Yeah. I didn't realize that we were watching Westworld that the oldest Hemsworth is in Westworld.
Yeah.
He's one of the security guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else he's been in.
See, exactly. Yeah, because he's not Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth is amazing.
I used to have a debate with the ex. We would always talk about who's the best Chris.
Ooh.
So that means Chris Evans,
Chris,
who's Captain America, Chris Pratt,
Yeah.
of course, who's the fucking man,
he's the best.
Chris Hemsworth, and
Oh.
also the forgotten Chris Pine. also a stud.
Ah.
Captain
okay.
Kirk.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I don't
think
know.
he's underrated. I think
think-
he's like the fourth best Chris.
Chris Pine is aight.
I think Chris Pratt is just.
Is he your number one Chris?
I don't know.
See, I got a soft spot for Chris Evans too.
Chris O'Donnell.
He's like,
Coming
what
th-
about me, guys? Like,
Coming
fuck
this
off,
fall,
O'Donnell.
another Hawaii 5-0 starring Who Gives a Shit.
I was Robin once, remember? Shut up, Chris.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
You got to think about it. It's like fuck, marry, kill.
Oh,
The
marry Chris
Chris's.
Pratt.
Got to marry Chris Pratt.
Obviously.
And you fuck Hemsworth.
Yeah, so I guess I'll have to kill Evan. Sorry.
And that sucks because I love him.
I
You ever
I-
seen Not Another Teen Movie? He's hilarious.
I know, but like.
Nah, Chris Evans is the guy I would marry because he's the Boy Scout. He seems like a real stable guy.
He's a
and
great
everything.
guy.
I fuck the shit out of Chris Pratt because he seems like the kind of guy who wants to go out to the bar and have fun.
Oh, yeah.
And you kill Chris Hemsworth so he's not a threat in your life.
Oh shit!
He's
You're
too
like, what are we
much.
gonna
I
do?
see
What are we
how
gonna do
that's
today? Reed's like,
going.
we're gonna go out by the lake, Chris.
Yeah. We're
Fuck,
going
Mary,
home.
Kill is one of my favorite games. Put you in these real crazy predicaments, you know?
Oh, no. So there was 4 Chris's, so we did it. It was fuck, marry, kill, friend zone.
Oh, friend zone.
I might friend zone Pratt just because he'd be a great friend.
A homie.
Even though he'd be great to marry.
Yeah, okay.
I'd friend zone Chris O'Donnell and make him my maid.
Maid zone him.
Maid zone it.
fuck, marry, kill, employ.
It's slave. Yeah.
Oh, in that
Anywho.
case, Hemsworth is going to be my slave.
Oh, there you go. Tie him up.
Yeah.
Keep him on the chain in the
You're
backyard.
gonna love Hawaii.
Oh, God.
Anywho,
Any-
so what are we doing here? So this is
I
the
don't
Steamboat Comedy Podcast.
Sure is.
Sure is.
So my idea, we didn't really have much of an idea coming
No.
in. Seeing as the election is over, and there's we're all concerned with the state of the union. I figured we'd do the state of Steamboat Comedy
Okay.
and talk about where we're at right now, because it's kind of been like mud season. We just came off the big high of our show with Sean Patton, Caitlin Cook, Cypher Sounds,
So fun.
the fucking best people ever.
The best.
And getting to meet some other big names like Adam Caton Holland and Sam Talent was a huge highlight. Those guys are they're all such great people. I can't remember who I was just talking to, but I was like, the one thing, the more you meet like big comedians, the more you're just like, wow, these are just like normal, good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not like that guy at the party who's constantly like, hey, whoa, here's a joke. Oh, by the way, I'm a comedian. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
yeah, fuck those
Well,
guys.
I think it's like a difference because comedy requires so much vulnerability and humility, and so like when you get to be that
Definitely.
big, it's like not like an actor or like somebody who's like in a famous band or something like that. Like I feel like you have to be so real to do your fucking job.
Mhm.
And so I think that just comes like a natural like kind of humility. Maybe not for everyone, but like a lot of comedians that I've met are like really fucking cool people.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Like,
it was
super humble
I think
people.
it was Doug Stanhope that said, "I could quit comedy any day, but I can't quit comedians."
oh,
Yeah.
And it's the absolute. It's the real truth.
It
I mean,
definitely-
it's
yeah.
it's a one of a kind group.
Definitely.
I agree. And I also think that there's something fucking wrong with anyone who does stand-up comedy. Like there's just something a little off in people's brains because it is such like I explain that people are like, oh, like what's doing stand-up comedy like? I'm like, it's actually like so fucking weird because you can't not do it once you start doing it. And like it's very egotistical because it's like in like when you stand outside your body, you're like, oh, like I think I'm funny, so I'm gonna go say what I think is funny in front of a bunch of people. Like it's just in my brain, that's how it comes off. I'm like, it's so like ego-centered because you're like, I'm funny, here's what I have to say.
Yeah, right. Everyone stop what you're doing
Stop
and
what
look
you're
at
doing
me.
and listen to me. And if you don't listen to me,
Yeah.
then I'll swear at you.
Then
Like,
I'll call you a dick.
you all fucking suck.
be a bit
Kendra's not allowed
heavy.
to drink before open mic anymore. Let's just say.
No, it could definitely be a bit heady. I mean, it's just you up there. So obviously, if you kill it, you're like, I'm amazing. Unlike
Yeah.
with a band saying we're amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you're in like Led Zeppelin, you're Robert Plant, and you said I amazing.
Well,
But-
Right.
well, it's just you. You know, there's no harmony, there's no beat to follow, there's no anything, there's no script besides of like what you
Oh, yeah. You're like an exposed nerve up there.
exactly.
you know?
And so I think that's why there's such cool people like who do fucking comedy for the
Sure.
most part.
Yeah. For the most part. There's some exceptions.
Some exceptions.
But really, I mean, as far as people we've met in other scenes and stuff, I've very rarely met anyone that I disliked at all, and it's been great. And that's why we're keep trying to network and meet people. And we were actually doing really well before the pandemic. I had people from Denver and even from Chicago. The one time I went out there when our buddy Pat True was there, hit me up and be like, "I'd love to come to Steamboat and do comedy." I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it!" And then the world ended, and we started doing what we could. So I mean, I guess kind of a brief recap as those who have been like listening all the time. Are you just like scrolling right now?
I'm sorry. I got a message from Peace and Love Farm, which is the farm I'm gonna go.
Fuck.
Peace and Love Farm. Do they plant peace and love and then it grows
They
on peace
definitely
trees?
don't grow weed. They definitely don't do that.
No way. That doesn't make any sense at all.
I hate saying, sorry to interrupt, I hate saying what people are like, what farm are you going to go work on? I'm like, Peace and Love Farm.
Like, what?
Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, like I'm not joining your
you
cult.
are a fucking hippie. I'm like, I know, I've tried to hide it for so long. There's nothing I can do. Anyways.
How are you getting there? I'm taking the USS Flowers and Pillows.
Fuck.
It's gonna be great. It's a boat full of hammocks.
Fuck.
I knocked my earphones out there. That was so funny.
Gonna fly there on the wings of doves.
Oh, God. I am.
You're gonna show up to the farm with a microphone and be like, "My name is Kendra. I'm very funny.
I'm very famous in Steamboat
I'm very
Springs.
famous in Steamboat Springs." And they'll be like, "Where?"
They're like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, you made that place where everybody wins silver medals?
Yep, that's the one.
Like, say I'm not number 2.
Say I'm not number 2.
That's fucking hilarious.
But that's even more opportunity for us to network.
Yeah, I'm
in
excited.
Hawaii.
I love networking. I'm really excited to, I know things are kind of happening there, but I'm hoping towards like I don't know what it's going to be like. Hopefully there's like a cool community vibe and I can just put together like a music or whatever open mic with
Sure.
all the farm people or something.
There you
I don't
go.
know. Who knows?
Peace and love open mic.
Peace and love open mic, man. Come on down.
It's just gonna be a bunch of slam poetry
such a
and
cunt.
acoustic guitar.
They're like the leaves on the trees.
Yes.
With like a bongo.
Ah.
I feel the love from up above.
Stay tuned for the Avid Brothers, guys. Fuck the Avid
Oh,
Brothers.
Christ. Anyways, we were making a lot of good connections.
Making good connections. We had our 3 comedies in the park shows that all went
know.
very well.
So fun.
Tremendous support from the community.
Tremendous.
And it was great because it allowed us to raise enough money in donations to bring out Sean Patton and Caitlin Cook in
And
Cypher
Cypher,
Sounds,
yeah.
which was awesome.
They're the best. Shout out to you guys. I miss you.
Yeah,
Still.
we all miss you. I'm actually looking at their pictures. It's like right next to the camera on the poster that I made. Oh.
Yep, Kyle definitely
Let's all
doesn't.
wave to them.
Kyle
Hi.
definitely doesn't sleep with a poster of Sean Patton next to his
Shut up, dude.
Corey David's right next to him too. What up, Corey?
Corey!
Is Corey coming down in at the end of November?
So
He mentioned to me that he might be here.
yes. So I'm actually working on putting together a show with Corey. I'm trying to finalize a venue.
Okay.
But I know it's kind of a capacity thing. The tricky thing
Yeah.
is Steamboat actually just went back a step
Yeah.
as far as COVID lockdowns go.
I know. The last call is at 11 again.
Yeah. So we're trying to find something. Mark your calendars for Black Friday weekend. Just preemptively. But like I said, we got to figure out some stuff first. Maybe we'll just do it outside again. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
If it's
I
not
think
too
the snowball
cold.
setup is cool, but like,
It's
and like
just
it's been like
yeah.
maybe if there's a mild day like this, because it's super mild out today, we could do like a day show. That would be really fun. And
Yeah. I mean, the weather is just hard to play
yeah,
around right now.
I know.
And that's why I was really glad that we snuck
it
in this
when we-
last show with Sean and Caitlin while we did, because I had originally Comedy in the Park 3 was supposed to be with Sean and Caitlin,
Yeah.
but because of their travel plans, it worked out better for them to go back 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of scrambling because we actually could. That was like the only day the whole summer we couldn't use the park, and so I was like, oh, and I went around, and luckily the Snowball, those guys are awesome, and their owner Corey, shout out to Corey, he's a great dude, and he helped work with me to get the spacing out and everything to keep it good with the city, and it ended up being awesome.
Yeah, it was great. That was a really, really fun show.
Yeah, you can check. I have a video, but the performers didn't want me to put it out, which is understandable. I might just put out like the first half or something soon. But you can see the pictures on Steamboat Comedy's Instagram and Facebook. It was a great time. It was a great setup.
Good time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Moving forward, with winter and stuff, like luckily we have our open mics back.
Yeah, we're back to open mic once a week. For those who haven't seen, come check it out. It's every Tuesday. First and third Tuesdays of the month are at the Whiskey Company, which they have an awesome setup in there now, which is great. It's so casual and it's
is
like
that
already
this Tuesday?
spaced. No, this Tuesday is the press.
Okay.
So second and third Tuesday is the press. Or second and fourth, excuse me. So we'll be back there this Tuesday at the press, which is also great. Ed's a great dude.
We love Ed. Shout out to Ed.
Really supportive. We really appreciate him. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at moving forward. And I mean, the best we can do is just try to see what we can do with how the COVID lockdowns go. Obviously, things could change at any moment. And with the winter coming, the outdoor stuff is kind of changing, and you never know what's going to happen. So basically, I don't know if there's any venues or people interested listening, or even our fellow listeners and comedians checking out the show. If you have an idea, I'm always open to suggestions and stuff like that. It's a collective brain.
Yes.
We all have to work
We
together.
should start underground comedy. And we should just start performing like on the corner of whoever gives a shit and whatever, and without an audience. And as they go by, if they culminate and say like, "Oh wow, you're really funny," be like, "Keep moving, COVID." And just,
That's funny.
Don't talk to me.
Just do stand up in the gondola line like 6 feet. What's the deal with this? It's cold out, right?
That could actually be really funny. Like if we videotape that.
Just with a big speaker on my back. If anybody
Yeah.
tries to stop me, be like, no, it's cool. I'm really famous.
A big deal here. You're probably from out of town.
Yeah, you don't probably have no idea, but I'm Gerald Ford.
Just rip off a mask like it's Mission Impossible.
But yeah, I think it's good to have the attitude though that like at any moment everything could just kind of go back down to the way it used to be. So we just always had to be prepared for that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
do it while we can. So I'm excited to get back this Tuesday. I'll probably be bartending, and then I'll hop off the bar and go on the stage.
We just got to get you a wireless mic, and you can just do both. You need, like a
Oh.
headset.
It'll just be me.
You're dead. You're dead.
You're dead. And out of this world. I can't stop. I literally can't fucking stop. Like, it'll just come in my head, and I'm just like singing it, just having a good time, wishing I was watching the show.
Just murder on the brain all the time.
Murder. Yes. Murder.
But let's see what else. I mean, on that note, yeah, things moving forward looking good. We've also got our friends Pat Truer and Mark Masters and Vale and Breckenridge trying to collab with them.
Hopefully shit goes kind of back to normal next summer, or like even not back to normal, but like now that outdoor shows are kind of a thing, like hopefully we can like do what we were planning to do this summer, which is do kind of like open mics or like little shows in all the ski towns and like hook up with other ski town comedians and make ski towns more a destination for comedy, because I'm there's a little bit of that. I know that Mark Masters and like Corey was doing a little bit of like the ski town stuff, and there's a couple other guys that I don't really know, but I just kind of saw it on the interwebs. But I think that's like, especially with us being like Breckenridge, Vale, whatever, all tourist destinations, like that's just like another thing to add to people's experience. And like I feel like it could get hot. I feel like it get real hot real quick.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's a tourist town, so we constantly, even though we don't have
I like how you say tourist.
Tourist. A tourist.
Tourist.
Tourist. But they don't tour, they tour.
Tour?
Like they don't Pisces, they're tourist.
Was that a tourist joke?
Sure
It's an
was.
astrology
Oh, boy.
joke.
Hey.
Good
Astrology
job.
joke. That was my first one ever.
You made astrology
And only
funny.
Kendra's 10,000th one.
You know what?
Is that so? Kendra, is that so me because I'm a Pisces? Was that so me?
Yeah, we'll have to see. What's your moon and rising sign?
Oh,
and then we'll
fuck, I
really
don't
know.
Jesus Christ.
Reed secretly hates me so much.
He's like, yeah, secretly.
Because I ate fake bacon.
On the Chinese calendar, she's the giraffe. Did you just bite the air.
You know, like giraffes do.
Anyways,
Anyways, I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Tongue of a trout.
So I'm trying to continue to network with some of these guys because, like, I mean, Sean and Sypha especially were super stoked to be out here, and they were basically like, we want to come back and do this again more often. They were talking about doing like a residency where they come for like 2
Yes.
weeks and do
we
a
should
show.
just buy
like,
the
That'd be dope.
Ghost Ranch.
I've literally thought about this.
I know. I like want to make it a fucking.
What's the
that'd
Ghost
be
Ranch?
It's
It's a sweet little venue that's right downtown
Yeah.
by
it's like where the farmers market is. Like if you go down that,
Yeah.
what street is that?
7th?
7th?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually, it was for sale and then somebody bought it, I think,
Cunts.
and now it says for lease.
Oh.
So it's possible.
We need a sponsor.
We need some investors.
Or investors.
Yeah.
Mr. Investor, where are you? Or
It's
Mrs.
Dave Chappelle, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
Please, Dave. Well, we're now 1 degree of separation from Dave Chappelle.
That's
That is
pretty true. We're pretty
pretty-
much friends with
We're
Dave
pretty
Chappelle.
much, I feel like I know him personally. We're fellow Ohioans. We both live in Amish country. That's not true. I don't. But no, it's both of those guys. Not only were they super on board to come back and be like, let's like do like a couple weeks at the Chief and do shows every night and
How
stuff.
cool would that be
I mean, it'd be amazing.
if we had the Ghost Ranch?
I mean,
Like a little like
Yes.
lounge area, some fucking like just snacks, like nothing crazy for food production, keep the cost low, and then just have like a fucking drink bar. Oh, that'd be so cool.
We could get a
Yes.
lot of regular comedians from Denver.
100%.
Yeah, they look for the publicity. In return, we need people to come.
100%. And like,
Yes.
how cool would it be? Like, Chief Theater's awesome. We love the Chief Theater, but like, kind of like a swankier place. You know what I mean? Like, not super swanky, but like, just a cool spot to fucking
Yeah.
have comedy.
And
Yeah.
like give it a single name, like
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. Right. Oh, you going to the place tonight?
Press.
jokes.
Jokes.
You gonna do jokes at the jokes?
You gotta do jokes.
Jokes at the jokes.
Come on down. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
fucking know.
these are all things I've thought about quite a bit.
I know,
And but the big one, which I will share for the first time in front of the world, and this is obviously way, way, way early, but my long-term dream is a Steamboat comedy.
A lot of people like to steal ideas, so we're actually
Right.
not gonna say it.
That's fair. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah,
you're
I got you.
right. But
So there's a big dream.
there's
and
a big
it
dream.
Can
and
happen. There's a lot of people who want to help make it happen.
yes, there's a lot of big people who want to help make it happen,
Yes.
and we're gonna edit that out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't trust anyone.
No, I think you're 100% right.
Thanks.
I've thought about going and shopping ideas like with the mountain and stuff, and I was like, they'll just fuck me. They'll
Yeah.
just take
No,
it.
no, no, no. Those ideas. Let's talk about that.
What?
Let's talk about ideas, comedy, and
Sure.
keeping your shit your shit.
Yes. Well, things that I would like to do. A big one is doing like corporate events.
Yeah.
So like that's how Pat Truer made his bread
Totally.
and butter. And that's something he's still trying to set up. And he's hit me up, and for all the other Steamboat comics listening, he's like, hey, if you have a squeaky clean set, I will give you work.
Fuck yeah. That's sick.
Like legit. But
Oh.
you got to be squeaky clean,
Squeaks.
not like a little clean.
Like squeaky.
Like you can hear the squeaks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe one day. Well, I'm excited to have some time to like write in Hawaii. I'm gonna FaceTime you all the time
Okay.
so we can workshop together.
Always down.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always down to workshop with anybody, man,
know.
and like just talk ideas stuff. I mean, Reed and I do it
You're the best.
probably like
that.
once a week.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
thanks.
it's amazing, and like it's amazing after going to college for this kind of shit. I paid a very hefty tuition every semester to stand with a bunch of strangers in a room, and a writing class, for those of you who have never taken one, is
Oh.
literally just a workshop.
Yeah.
It's your friends talking about and criticizing each other's work. I do it at least once a week with my best friends over beers in the garage, and I end up performing on a regular basis. Oh, and I do it all for free.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to pay for it.
Yeah, it's a tremendous.
yeah.
That's why I've always said this is a very educational experience. I may not end up being super famous because of this or whatever. I don't know where it'll go, but it's just a skill I'll have the rest of my life.
Skill and being able to write, perform, speak, and like also we got so far on my shoe bit. Like when we were workshopping that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
like,
we came into the garage and that was like just an idea. And then we worked it through to a whole bit and it was awesome.
Yeah. I love that bit.
I wouldn't have been able to do the Sean Connery bit at the last open mic if Kyle didn't give me like a good hefty amount of pointers.
Yeah. No, I mean, we were talking about it a lot. It was fun. I really like that bit. I think that bit's got a lot of legs.
Yeah.
For those of you who weren't there, I pretty much just talk about how I don't give two shits that Sean Connery fucking passed away last Saturday because he was a womanizing sleaze and a douchebag and a really bad actor.
Yeah, it's just funny because like you were talking about how he does all these different roles and like he's a Russian and he's like a British spy and he always just has a Scottish accent. For no reason.
Like we're all not gonna fucking notice. Just like I'm a Russian submarine commander. Like really, I thought you were a fucking actor. Like wow.
Yeah.
And
turns out you're not.
Yeah, and I came to Kyle with this idea, and like you and I just speak a different language, so you understood where I was coming from. But you're like, but nobody's gonna laugh at this read. And you were like, this is how we should restructure it, start from the beginning and everything.
Well, it started as more of like a rant, and I was like, I get what you're going for, but like you need some like punchlines and stuff, like some misdirections and things like that. And I love doing that. I love talking ideas and concepts and stuff.
Yeah, it's
like
a hoot.
Well, I think what's really cool and that a couple of other comedians have said about Steamboat Comedy is like that we work together. Like comedy can be such a solitary thing.
Yeah.
If you make it so, but like you've really like, I don't know, a lot of my bits I've worked out with you or mostly with you. And like Reed and Jared and stuff.
Yeah,
and like I think
and like
it's really
Miles will come over
special.
sometimes and spit some ideas.
Yep, and
we never have animosity saying like, "Well, I actually came up with that, so you can't really do that."
No.
It's like, "Fuck you, dude." We all like help each other.
No, and like sometimes bits are better for other people.
Sure,
you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
I don't think any of you guys would say my jokes, but because those are specific for me.
It would be weird if I started talking about like my tits and like sucking penises and stuff.
Hey, I don't talk about that stuff that much anymore. But I think it's really cool, and as much as like comedy can be like a solitary thing, it's like kind of like every man for himself in a way. It's fucking awesome when we do the workshops together.
Yeah.
It's like, one, it's fun.
Yeah.
2, it's funny. And 3, it's like you said, Reed, it's educational, like learning how to bounce ideas off somebody to like create something bigger and be able to take criticism, which is huge. You know what I mean? Like who can be in this industry without taking credit? Like you will flop.
Yeah. And it helps when you're doing it with your friends too, and they can be completely honest with you. Where like back in college, like I was telling you with those writing classes, you'd have people being like, I liked the adjectives that you used. It's like, fuck you.
Like,
just
tell me. Tell me what's going on. How can I get better? They're just like, I really like that adverb. You know? It's like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate the no, or the like, don't give up on that. There's something there.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Even though it wasn't worked out yet. Because there's a couple ones that I've had that are like still on the back burner. And like one day they'll like, comedians have taken years to come up with like their best fucking jokes, you know? And so it's really humbling and fucking cool to like watch the progress of jokes go and like kind of like my gynecologist bit, like how that started off as one thing and then it came a totally different thing because we like worked it out a couple times. And I was like, this is the one that will be good. And even since the last time I did that, I'm like, okay, I know what else I can do with it. So it's kind of cool to like build and see that. And Steamboat Comedy is the fucking shit for that. And it's really, it's
I think
dope.
that's something that should be concrete in our future is not just, hey, would it be cool if we can text a couple people and we can meet up and go over jokes? Like if it's going to be taken seriously as an open mic thing every week, we should take classrooms seriously as well.
I mean, I've been advocating for this from the beginning that we have like open mic
Thursday
night. Yeah, exactly. Have like one day a week is open mic and then another day a week is let's all bullshit and we'll like use some of the donations. We'll order a pizza. We'll sit in the garage and
and we've done that a couple times. And it's fucking awesome. And I think that the more people involved, the better, because you can like the more perspectives you have, and and the more community it is, like then we all lift each other up rather than like separation,
Yes.
you know, and not working together.
Out
Yes.
of all the cures for writer's block, whether it's going out for a walk or trying to get your mind off of this or that and the other thing, collaboration is the greatest
I
thing
100%
to
agree.
get rid of writer's block. Because all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, wait, I didn't even think of that. Within 5 minutes, I'm getting in the groove of it again.
Yeah,
you know,
and
like-
or somebody else says something funny, and then that makes you think of something that you think is funny, and then you're like, that's happened so many times for
yeah,
me. Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
we've all
you need
collabed.
other people to do it.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
So,
I mean, that's just. I mean, and that's something I've been trying to do more lately is just listen to more comedy and like hear ideas from other people and stuff. There was for a while I was kind of intimidated. I was like, I don't want to listen to comedy because like, what if I like, oh, they talk about something now I can't talk about that. But like the more I'm seeing, the more I watch comedy, the more I'm like, that's not fucking true.
no.
Like, that's a stupid mentality.
Yeah, also
know?
because it is so like personal, like it's really hard to do jokes that aren't yours. Like I was saying, like
Yeah.
you can't do jokes that are mine. Like I can't do jokes that are Reed's because like it's so personal. Like it's weird to steal. Unless
Yeah.
you have like a certain style, I can see like if you're like more like deadpan or whatever, like maybe or like one-liners.
Yeah, one liner. If that's your style, then yeah, I could see it being easy for people to steal or for
Well,
you to steal.
even not like subconsciously steal sometimes. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you listen to a lot of it. Like last winter I was listening to a lot of comedy and then like a lot of like female comics just to be like, oh, and then I was like, I feel like I need to stop listening to female comics because I feel like I'm going to use like subconsciously
Yeah.
because we're talking about kind of the same things
Right.
and I don't want to like say something in the same way they said it and seem phony. So I kind of I did have to shut it off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like with female comics specifically
I can
who were
see
like
that.
more raunchy or whatever.
Yeah.
So I started listening to more like people who are opposite of me,
Okay.
you know? So
Well, that's a good way to kind of like get inspiration because it's just different mindsets that you're not normally in. you know?
totally. Because my comedy is not one-liners,
No.
but I love I
Sure.
love one-liner comedy and like very like dry
Yeah.
deadpan.
I never try to like just be like I'm gonna write one-liner jokes, but I try to like sprinkle them in is the idea.
Yeah.
I had I added one to my. I'll just say it because I probably won't be able to do the election bit anymore now the
Oh,
election's
true.
over. But I was like, yeah, I was disappointed that Kanye didn't win. He has a really aggressive tax plan on the 1%, or as he calls them, gold diggers.
Nice.
I thought-
Nice. Yeah. Oh, Kanye.
oh, Kanye.
I had a good one-liner with the Sean Connery bit. It was right at the end. I was just like, I feel so bad for all the women that had to deal with such an abusive douchebag like Sean Connery. At least Harvey Weinstein was giving out movie roles. That went really well.
Oh, that's fun. I would have been like,
Zing.
yeah, zing.
Yeah, and there were a few like oohs in the crowd. I was just like, oh, fuck you. He's dying of COVID in prison.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on.
True. Give the guy a break. Come on.
Very
Have you
nice.
seen his films? Have you seen Good Will Hunting? I don't know if that's his movie or not.
No, that's a Weinstein film, 100%.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Y'all
Have you
seen
seen
Clerks?
Gwyneth
Have you-
Paltrow? You're welcome.
Have you all seen Clerks?
I think it's so funny that like how much they were like making fun of him in Hollywood subtly for years. Like you watch Entourage.
Oh yeah, I love that
one
show.
that one big
Yep.
I think they call him like Weinberg or something like close to it in
So
the
cool.
show.
Oh, yeah.
And he just plays this giant asshole and like that's 100% based off Weinstein.
Oh, so good.
So funny.
It's just an underlining joke the whole time. It's like, well, everyone knows he's kind of a creepy douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Seth MacFarlane. He was hosting, I think it was maybe the Oscars. He made some line. He's like, for like best supporting actress, and he's like, here's a bunch of people who had
Yeah,
to pretend they're
they-
attracted to Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, that's
Oh
right.
shit.
And this
They
was
were-
like
they were-
3 years before all the shit
Oh,
went down.
shit.
They were announcing the. It was
That's
like,
fucking
these are the
hilarious.
nominations for best supporting actress. He was like announcing them at 4 a.m. with Charlize Theron,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that joke, and Charlize Theron she didn't have the shocking face. She kind of had this face like, well,
That
I
was
mean,
me.
That's the job.
Gross.
shit.
Yeah, Hollywood's a gross place.
Ew.
It's a gross
So
place.
fuck Sean Connery.
So fuck Sean Connery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the main thing to kind of leave this on is just that we're gonna keep going. We got a lot of big things in the future, and anyone who's listening, I mean, we're just here to be supportive and do comedy.
Yeah.
And fuck drama. There's been some weird drama lately about things, and I don't really understand because no one will talk to me about it. But there's no fucking need
There's
for
no
it.
borders. There's no anything. I feel like I don't know.
Unless you like directly, I don't know, maybe steal from me. or do some weird shit like that.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm like, let's talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. What I would like to see, I want to see some like new faces.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird to me that there's only 11 people in all of Steamboat who want to do comedy.
For now, I mean, we had a couple people picking up towards the end of last season, and I
like
think
Ian
Ian.
he was.
Shout out to Ian. I
Shout
can't
out
remember his
Ian.
last name. I need to hit him up.
He's
actually.
funny. He had like a couple really good bits.
Yeah. Talk about we were talking before about like dry humor, kind of.
Oh yeah.
He's got a great baritone voice for it too.
Definitely. I forgot he has such a deep voice. I was like, hello.
And if Nasty Nate's listening,
Nasty Nate,
we miss you.
we'd love to have you back up there, buddy.
I know. I miss him. His nastiness.
Oh yeah. Well, he still gets on the group chat and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like there's no pressure, but we just want this to be a community and want everyone to feel welcome and just have a good fucking time. It's comedy, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? Like,
whether everything's shut down and we have to go back into a crazy quarantine again, or if everything flourishes and keeps opening up even more, either way, we're going to keep doing what we do.
Right.
Absolutely.
We know you need it, and we need it as much as you do.
Yeah.
It's good therapy if anyone out there wants to even try or knows a friend who wants to like come to open mics. It's not intimidating. We're all pretty fucking cool people. Like I'm
even if
definitely
your
the
story
coolest.
sucks, we'll be in the front row giving you thumbs up.
For sure, and give you tips after.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like we're really welcoming, and it's kind of weird that there is like drama. I don't know. It's just really weird to me.
It is weird. It's frustrating.
I got mad props to anybody in Denver and New York City who goes up and does stand up by themselves, not knowing anybody, and how crazy that is.
Oh,
if anybody's
yeah.
interested in comedy, take advantage of the fact that Steamboat, whenever you come in, you already have a community that is interested.
Yeah, because it's really intimidating in other cities, and oh God, I was there with you. Oh my God, I was there with you guys, and like everyone just like turned their backs to me, and they don't give a fuck in the cities.
Well,
you know?
we were in the Lion's Lair, which
it was the Lion's Lair.
Dude,
I got eaten fucking alive.
It's funny because we
and
left.
I was a couple martinis in, and so I'm not allowed to do comedy when I'm drinking.
There's a gray area for me. I like one beer deep.
I can't even. I usually don't. I'll maybe have like half a beer, maybe before I go up. But I drink after because I like am one, nervous. We all know me, nervous Nelly. Two, we all saw what happened last week. So.
But I was gonna say for anyone starting out too, our buddy Mark Masters has a book called Not Good Yet.
Oh,
and
so good. I started flipping through it.
It's perfect for people who are just starting out. It's about his first 6 months doing comedy, and it was funny because we came from Denver, and this was us. I mean, I think we've kind of talked about it briefly, but when we first started doing this, we all had giant fucking egos.
Big old cock swinging.
Because we had no fucking idea what we were doing, and we were like doing comedy in front of our friends, and like our friends are laughing, so we must be really good at comedy. But it turns out we sucked. And we were arrogant about our false account. No, I don't mean it in a mean way either.
You know what I mean? But it's just like
some people just gotta fucking understand reality.
Yeah, you could play D2 football for 5 years and escape the fact that when you thrown into the NFL, you're a fucking joke.
Yeah, then you get cut right away.
Yeah.
100%. And it's just big old slice of humble pie.
Yes. And that's like a lot of people here like it's good to read Mark's book because it puts it in perspective, like what it's actually like going through the grind in those cities, which the people here don't really know. You know what I mean?
We don't know either. Like, I don't fucking know.
We're figuring it out slowly.
I got a little taste of it. I was like,
yeah.
It's fucking gnarly.
And we're still doing it.
And we're still doing it. I know. That's why I think there's something wrong with comedians. It's like there's something a little wacky up here.
Yeah, because you go up there and like humiliate.
Mental torture.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like you can bomb and that's like the worst shit ever, and you're still just like, guess I'm just gonna do it again next week.
Yeah, right.
Like, what the fuck?
My soul hurts. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Yeah. So.
Or the opposite for me, like at the park show, I just came off. I was like, that's the worst show I've ever done. That was so terrible. They're like, we were laughing. It's like you're all lying to me.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. Oh, I felt that way
I
too.
was so fucking mad at you guys. I was like, stop pitying me.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, Reed,
but that's also a good mental. And I try to get that across to some people here. Is it's like, don't be content. Like you want to be humble, but you also don't want to be content. You get laughs. Like every time I go up, I try to listen to it and be like, how can I make this better? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how you get sharper on your bits. Like I've seen, like the voting bit that I had that we did the last one. I've been working on that forever, and I just keep like going back and trying to dust it off and find stuff. And it's actually the last time I did it I was finally like kind of happy with it. You know what I mean? And I've got other bits that I'm trying to dust off, and that's what open mic is great for too.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Because, I mean, you can think an idea is so funny in your head all day long, but until you get up and you say it in front of somebody. Anything come to mind, Kendra?
Nope. Nothing.
Not at all. But, yeah, so, I mean, it's just great. It's just to do it. All experience is good experience.
For sure.
And we're just trying to get as many experiences as we can, you know?
Yeah.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Yeah.
It's the simplest piece of advice, but Jared put it to me best. He's like, if you think it's funny, it's probably funny. And that's the first step in confidence in going up and doing it.
Or at least
That's
there's
so
somewhere to
true.
start.
Yeah,
you know?
don't try to feed it off of like, your closest friend to be like, I'm going to tell you a joke. Is this funny? Because that person's either going to say no or they're going to lie to you and say yes.
Yeah.
You
So true.
yeah, if you think it's funny, it probably is.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's
if it's
what's-
something that makes you chuckle to yourself and
Or,
go, oh, that's ridiculous.
You know,
Like,
and whether
Yeah.
the delivery is right, whatever, like, or you have the wrong crowd maybe that night, and some things are really funny, but then you have the wrong crowd, and then you trash that joke forever.
shout out to Drew. Drew had some pretty questionable material at the last open mic.
Well, and he did those same jokes
Fucking
last night,
hilarious.
and they went well, too.
Oh, did they?
See?
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
sometimes,
Awesome.
Like,
I mean, that's a thing, and that's why it's so important for us to do like the garage sessions and stuff.
Yeah.
Is so many comics would be like, I have to tell a joke 50 times
oh yeah.
for myself
The
to know that it's
delivery,
funny.
because even if you just like fuck up the timing, if you fucking fuck up the setup,
Right.
it won't hit.
Right.
Because I've had jokes that hit before, and I fucked it up a little bit with the timing or the story, and then it just
Sure. Yeah, but my point is that you just got to do it all the time. And
Yep.
we in Steamboat, the big disadvantage we have
Mm-hmm.
is we only have comedy once a week,
Yeah.
like roughly.
Yeah.
Like where if we were in Denver, we could do 10 mics in a week,
Yeah.
which is why it's good. Like the idea of doing like a regularly scheduled like garage sesh is just that much more practice that we can get in.
Make it a requirement.
Sure. Yeah. You know? So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good place to leave it. What do you guys think?
yeah.
I think Kendra's playing with her pink ponytails in front of the microphone like it's a drum set, so that's a good place to stop.
She's getting ready to beat that horn drum.
Fucking camera. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, what a loser!
It's gonna be so embarrassing. Like stupid things I do with my ADHD brain. Just like, oh, these are like drumsticks. No.
You forgot that you drank a mimosa, didn't you?
I forgot that. You know, I'm just on one today a little bit, so. Oh,
Well, speaking of mimosas, let's go drink some more.
yeah.
Yay!
Thank you
Day
all
drinking.
for day drinking, night drinking.
Alcoholism.
Yeah.
Alcoholism.
Open mics on Tuesday
Oh,
nights.
Mike's on Tuesday nights. This Tuesday at the Press. Come check it out. And then
It's a stage.
It's
It's a good thing.
it is.
Sage.
It's high above the ground. And free to come in, free to sign up. There's limited capacity to an extent, but it's not too bad.
I think it's like a perfect crowd.
Yeah. I mean, you
Limited
can-
capacity to an extent. That's like a mostly peaceful protest.
Yeah, right.
That's fun. Yes.
Small to moderate, not large.
Rally.
Rally crowd, but not mass gathering. All
With
right. so-
limited hardcore intentions.
yes. Perfectly socially distanced. Yes. All right. So
On that note.
on that
tried.
note, thank you guys so much for listening. And keep following Steamboat Comedy on the social medias and
Heyo.
steamboatcomedy.com. And we'll see you next time.
Stay tuned
Your
to the
day.
future.
The future.
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.